video, you will figure out how to make a few $100 each day and even a great many dollars each day internet utilizing an exceptionally straightforward technique that any fledgling can do extremely effectively. Remain tuned to watch the whole video. What is happening, folks, and welcome back to one more video. Now in this video you will figure out how to bring in cash with subsidiaries, showcasing utilizing the strategy that I will clarify for you today. Thus in this video we will go out through the entire cycle and we will utilize incredibly cool traffic source called Google promotions, yet the way we will set up the mission will be in an exceptionally special manner. This is certainly not a customary way, thus you want to give close consideration to how I arrangement the mission, to how I pick the proposal, to how I do everything, so you comprehend how to set this up accurately, okay, as there's a ton of potential to be made, yet you need to give close consideration in this video to how I will do it, okay. So the primary thing that you maintain that should do is you need to go into hero in addition to and set up a record champion in addition to is totally free. You needn't bother with to be endorsed, you needn't bother with to be anything. Everyone can go out and fundamentally make a record and fighter in addition to, and what I truly like about Hero in addition to is that there's a ton of great offers that assist others with bringing in cash, okay. So it's not such a huge amount about the customer items, right, about items and administrations for standard individuals. There is a ton of items and administrations for business visionaries. This is great since business visionaries, they need devices and items and administrations to bring in cash, so they're significantly more able to essentially go out and pay for these items and administrations to advance. And for that reason, as I would like to think, Fighter in addition to is far superior sometimes than both ClickBank and Max Abundance. Thus I ridiculously like Champion in addition to, so whenever you're signed in you will be fundamentally on the screen. You fundamentally gotta need to go into your partner and go into offers, right? And here's where you're essentially taking a gander at various offers and you want to pick a proposal to advance, okay? And then I will show you how you need to pick a proposal. So the principal thing you need to focus on is the deals, okay? Regularly you need more deals the better, right? You would rather not advance an item that has like 100 deals when you have items with 1,000 in addition to 3,000 in addition to 5,000 or more, right? It's much better to advance a demonstrated item than to essentially go out and essentially be a trailblazer and attempt to advance an item that we couldn't actually say whether it will sell. The second thing need to focus on is the transformation rate. You need that change rate to be no less than 5%. It's far superior in the event that it's higher than 10%, yet assuming you will advance something with a moderately high transformation rate privileges or something like in excess of 20%. You need to comprehend that there will be discounts, which is something I will get to in a piece. We have guest esteem. I wouldn't give a lot of consideration to this since it truly relies upon the sort of traffic you're sending, so it's an extremely emotional number. Normal deal is significant, right? This is amount you will get. This is the typical offer of TAM, and we have the discount rate, okay. So here's the key, right? You would rather not advance an item with a discount pace of more than like 10%. So here's an item with a discount pace of 12%, thus they have a 16% change rate. Yet 12% of those individuals are fundamentally requesting their cash back, and as I would like to think 12% is a ton, so I would truly, whether you simply need to bring in income sans work, you would rather not worry about it, right? You would rather not go all over and things like that. I would adhere to items that have a fair transformation rate, yet something with under 5 or more modest 5 or less percent discount rate, okay, as there's a variety of things you can advance, right? These are all business items: video, website creator, news developer, content, press monkey, mailers, right? These are all kinds of devices to get more cash flow. So which one you will pick? Well, you need to pick the one that you're generally okay with, right? Something that you comprehend, something that you essentially have a few information in, right? Thus dynamic online class, right? We have scrapbooks realm, and the event that you don't have a lot of involvement, particularly on the off chance that you're a fledgling, my recommendation is to fundamentally go into an area that you need to more deeply study, right? So on the off chance that you are keen on pipes, find out about channels, click on both, and we can fundamentally open this, okay. So here I'm on the principal page of manager channels, and it fundamentally lets me know you should be endorsed by computerized page plans to advance this proposition, and I will get to that in a moment. Don't stress over a lot of what I need to carry your consideration regarding, as you have 3 tabs here. We have the pipe guide, and this is essentially clarification of what sort of upsells, downsells there exist presently. Take gander at this is the principal page, and they have a lot of these ARM fundamentally upsells, right? And you can fundamentally investigate. You realize there's a ton of things happening. It's simply not one item, and to comprehend like in a superior manner, you can tap on items tab and you essentially have 17 items, and we have the celebrity release 25, and we have the commission, so it all half. There is no games, there is the same commission rates. They're essentially parting half with you in any case, or which item you will advance, which is simple, right? So whether you sell this item for $200, you will get half. In the event that you sell this item, you will get half. So this is truly pleasant, right? And it's not only one item, right? And many individuals think, okay, I have this one item, yet no, you have a ton of things, right? You have a value reach, and afterward you have a commission range, right? So you can make, and this is you can make up to very nearly $600 in commissions, presumably assuming they purchase every one of the items, and you get essentially half of every one of the items. Okay, thus they let you know they have a few challenges as of late. This is a product, the world's most memorable viral pie manufacturer programming total with preparing a contextual investigation work-life support for one-time cost. Okay, so the following thing that you maintain that should do is you want to look at the deals page, right? You need to investigate, is this like quality deals page, or was this deals page done over like a midday break or something? So you can look down. We will stop this video, right? I have a video you can investigate yourself. You know whether you feel that there is working effectively selling it. You can essentially look down. Last, partake in the force of viral deals pipe channels give you complete opportunity, right? So we have this multitude of sort of tributes, helps everything, and you can look down and you can essentially investigate, right? So this is a long presentation page that implies they required some investment, right? Just like you realize some BS offer, right? And I can essentially return, and I'm back on principal associate page. Okay, so the following thing you maintain that should do is if you have any desire to elevate this, you really want to click this demand endorsement, and this is extremely straightforward, just like Max Abundance or a portion of different organizations where you need to get on the Skype call or something to that effect. You fundamentally type something like, hello, I like your item and I want to advance it, and I need to advance it to Google and Bing or potentially Bing promotions. If it's not too much trouble, let me know as to whether you really want extra data, and that is all you really want to do, right? You don't have to compose an exposition. You don't have to compose like a ton of sentences. You should be immediate. And you should be to the point, right? Should be business. You really want to mean business. You want to essentially move toward them and say, hello, I need to advance this utilizing Google and Bing promotions and so on, etc. And that said, you demand offer. When I do this, I have no issues. Not too far off. You won't have an issues if you follow through with something like this. Now I need to show you a proposition that I need to advance. Thus, in the event that I go into my office here as a partner, I need to show your cool proposition that I'm truly similar to. I truly like this proposition, right? Is a cool deal. We will go into my supported offers, and this is a pristine record, so I have relatively little offers that I fundamentally am attempting to advance the present moment. So on the off chance that we're going to my endorsed offers, you at any point see this whitey matchless quality. And this is a deal I talked to Tad about. For I truly like this deal. This is a truly simple proposition, right? It's anything but a ton of publicity. It's anything but a ton of BS. It has a transformation pace of 4 discount pace of just for a change pace of 8 discount pace of under 5% guest esteem. Normal deal is I'm as of now supported for the product. So when I click on this connection, I essentially see the connection and I can go out to advance it. Thus this is whitey incomparability. And what is whitey incomparability? Well, it's entirely exceptionally simple. You can essentially happen there and fundamentally lets you know construct authority, YouTube channels and rank recordings quicker and higher than any time in recent memory on both YouTube and Google for advancing subsidiary items or your own. So this is extremely basic. There's 3 items. We're getting 100% of the front finished result and afterward half of the contextual investigations and offshoot recordings. Okay, here is the pipe map. Extremely straightforward. There is no a billion items, and to this end I prescribe this item to get everything rolling, since it doesn't have 20,000 upsells yet. It ultimately depends on you can clearly advance any item you need. Thus I have this outline, and there's a ton of approaches to advancing it, right? This is an item. We can likewise go to the presentation page or to the deals page if you have any desire to call it that. We will stack this, and you can fundamentally, it's tied in with adapting and bringing in cash on you. Truly adapting your channel, right? And here's a video, right? He's essentially making sense of it. I will stop it, and you can look down and you realize this is a model. Clearly you don't have to advance this particular item yet. I feel this is a true smart thought. Thus how are we going to advance it? Very much. Let me show you how we will advance it. So assuming you go into Google, right, I can type something like how to adapt YouTube channel. It even recommend me. I surmise many individuals looking for itself, and the principal result is Google. There's no advertisements, not too far off. Great explanation. There is no promotions is on the grounds that it's anything but a truly monetizable catchphrase like this individual isn't. They're not prepared to spend and purchase an item, right? This is somewhat thing how to adapt your YouTube divert. There in the learning stage. Yet in the event that I type something like this YT incomparability survey and take a gander at this multitude of audits, and some of the time you will try and see advertisement that relies upon the hour of day, that relies upon your country, it relies upon your perusing history. In some cases you will have the option to see as now I don't see promotions on Google this moment, and honestly I'm shocked, truly on grounds that I'm shocked that there's no other individual offering. I don't see promotions on the top. I don't see advertisements on the base. Yet you see there's a many individuals composing these surveys. There's 3 recordings and presumably excess of 3 glance at this large number of recordings, and that implies there's cash to be made here. Thus what we will do is we will go into Google Promotions, and we will make a mission so our advertisement will show on top. Okay, and we will have the option to create a decent gain doing that since there is no promotions, and this is clearly something that you can undoubtedly publicize on grounds that there's a ton of surveys, and that's what things like is. I will go into my Google Promotions record and I will tell you the best way to make the mission right without any preparation. Okay, so here I am in my Google advertisement account. I fundamentally clicked another mission just to save some time, and you have a ton of these choices, right? Thus what I will do is I will make mission without the objectives direction. We're heading to do a hunt crusade. We will do that here. We need site visits. We will snap and proceed with. Okay, so here I am in my primary sort of mission screen. I want to set up advertisement bunches. I want to make promotions, and that is all there is to it. And afterward ask going to audit, and afterward Google will support it since it's a genuine framework. So we will call this mission, I call it C1. We don't need, so do you need to choose this? You need to answer like this. We don't need Google show organization. We need to look down. We need to begin with the US. We need to keep English, and afterward there's a ton of things. They have crowds, and I would skirt that for the present. You don't need to stress over that. We will set up financial plan. How about we start with $10? So this is the enter the typical you need to go through every day. So we will remain with $10 each day. We will zero in on clicks just to keep things extremely straightforward. We will look down, we will save and proceed, and this is where we're setting up the promotion gatherings. And the manner in which you need to think about the advertisement bunches is that you're finding the crowd. Who is the crowd? And where do they hang out? Who? And we're right, that is somewhat what you need to think about. Thus we have a promotion bunch, advertisement bunch 1, and we want to enter our catchphrases. Okay, and this is where how are they going to find us, right? The what sort of crowd we might have affixed up at the outset previously. And we didn't actually do that since it's not vital here. We simply have to fundamentally placed in the watchword, and this is quite extremely straightforward. So on the off chance that you go into this Google search, we have YT incomparability. We have YT matchless quality survey. We have 2 or 3 ideas, meaning site or things like that. So we will take YT incomparability survey. Thus what we really want to do is this is somewhat of a high level stunt. You want to proceed to research device called catchphrases toaster oven, and I will clarify for you why that is the principal thing you believe that should do is you need to enter the catchphrases you need here. So we have YT matchless quality survey. Recollect, you would rather not enter something like YT matchless quality importance since benevolent, that we don't need those individuals searching for importance. IYT incomparability, we need individuals that are searching for surveys. They're searching for like another assessment. They're searching for that additional push so they can fundamentally join, and you realize begin utilizing, yet they're not prepared at this point. It resembles practically like, hello, I'm prepared to get you realize this PC, yet I'm taking a gander at the audits. I'm only searching for that last score. That somewhat the manner in which you need to consider it. So we will put promotion, we will put coupons, we will put rewards, we will put incomparability, contextual investigation, fundamentally every one of the terms that individuals are looking for when they're nearly at the phase of getting it right. YT matchless quality worth the effort. Something like this, YT matchless quality deal. That is all there is to it. That is somewhat what I have. So I have 8 watchwords. Thus here these choices are picked with the exception of expansive matching essentially give us this outcome. So need to unselect everything aside from precise match and wide changed, and this is vital to comprehend, and it essentially produced a rundown of 16 catchphrases. Now what you need to comprehend is that when you type a catchphrase like this with no modifiers, you're committing a major error, since you're basically advising Google to show my advertisement when there is something almost identical or possibly something near YT matchless quality, right? So for example, assuming I type how would I make a matchless quality in a YouTube channel, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the item, yet it is a genuine pursuit term. Thus Google will show our promotion. We don't need that. YT matchless quality is a decent name, yet clearly there's a ton of searches that don't have anything to do with the item that are genuine ventures. Thus you must know about this, and this is precisely exact thing with these modifiers, search modifiers, term modifier terms, anything you desire to call them. This is what they do. So when you have square sections around the critical expression around hunt key at the catchphrase, you're fundamentally advising Google to show our promotion when the specific one is composed. So YT incomparability in a specific order together is composed is placed show our advertisement, and this is precisely exact thing we need. This one is called wide altered, and what that basically implies is that show our advertisement when individuals are essentially looking for YT matchless quality, yet they don't need to be together, they don't need to be in a specific order, and they additionally needn't bother with to be the main watchwords, yet they must be YT preeminent. At the end of the day, the inquiry need to have YT matchless quality. And that implies we're essentially disposing of things like how would I make matchless quality in YouTube, right, in light of the fact that any other way it would essentially show us, yet assuming you have the in addition to signs before every one of the world, it essentially prepends, it fundamentally determines that we possibly believe the advertisement should be shown when possibly we have definite sort of careful quests. Or individuals are basically you realize they're taking a stab at something different, yet those two watchwords are there. Okay, they're there, and they must be there. These two watchwords should be there. I don't need YouTube incomparable and YouTube and this large number of different blends. So assuming you do this, you will have 16 catchphrases, since we have a gathering of careful matches and we have a gathering of expansive adjust, and this is somewhat the way in which I like to play. You can play with state match, don't do wide match it. It will be too expansive, you will lose cash. Okay, so we will return into our Google search crusade. We will enter the catchphrases here. Okay, so we have one promotion bunch prepared. Okay, we can essentially save and proceed. We can likewise get watchword thoughts. We can add a site, so you at any point can utilize this strategy. You can fundamentally, add a whitey matchless quality here. This is another technique. Some of the time it works, some of the time it doesn't. I just utilize this strategy. We will click save and proceed, and presently we will make the genuine promotions that essentially get shown up when individuals are looking for such a things for the Whitey Incomparability Survey. So the last URL, right? So what you believe that should do is you need to enroll the primary name. Okay, you want it the fundamental name, right? So this could be something like YouTube course survey or something like this. Normal here at the principal name, right? Clearly this space doesn't exist, so you can enlist it on the off chance that you need it's not reachable on the grounds that it's all there is. I just made it up, right? Yet suppose we consider it, suppose we call it to YouTube equity. We will make it YouTube similarly, for instance, and we will make it HTTPS. Okay, now clearly this won't be the last URL, yet my suggestion is you want make in area go to namecheap.com. will cost you like $7 a year. Made the fundamental that needs to do about YouTube, something to that effect. Something else you can do is you can essentially make a straightforward presentation page, something that I have here. This required around 10 minutes to do, and you can utilize an instrument called Elementor, right? It's a free apparatus for WordPress. You can do it. You can do this if you yet my suggestion is you certainly need to make a greeting page, since you're fundamentally sending individuals on the survey. So it's sort of smart to make this sort of greeting page. You don't for even a moment need to utilize Elementor. You can essentially compose a piece of content that is tied in with exploring or something to that effect. You can just fundamentally research. You can fundamentally go to something like this, to one of these pages, and you make a page like this. Okay, so essentially that is somewhat what you believe that should do, right? You simply need to sort of, mirror what they did, what they've done. Approve. So when you have that done, you will have a space name, and you can essentially go to Namecheap, make the primary name, and we'll have this. The following stage is you need to make the title 1, 2, 3, and these will show up here, right? And the manner in which you do that is you fundamentally come up, you can concoct your own one, or you can essentially see what others are referring to, right? So is it as exaggerated score or some free rewards, large advancements, and so on and so on, or you can go to the principal page, right? So for example, here's the primary page, construct authority. And we can utilize that, right? You can make your own. We're making promotions, so you sort of need to comprehend this stuff, right? So we have fabricate expert on YouTube, rank recordings quicker. We will do that form authority and YouTube rank recordings, right? So you can follow through with something like this. Clearly, perhaps you need to underwrite every one of the words to make sure it looks somewhat better, yet you all comprehend that now the presentation will be this URL, and you can have a way, and that is just for show. Now clearly, on the off chance that you purchase the primary and you advance this item as the main item, it will be on the landing page. You don't have to stress over way. You have portrayal depiction will show up here, and you can fundamentally sell them, right? So we have titles, and that's what things like, and the portrayal will be only a tad chomped additional, right? You're about to talk a smidgen about advantages, right? So figure out how to construct a definitive legitimate YouTube feed without any preparation. Make recordings, something like this. You could essentially the survey at any point is you need to develop these advantages, in light of the fact that the advantages work is to essentially catch consideration, and the occupation of this is to essentially make sense of somewhat more about the thing you're attempting to do just today. Comprehend on the grounds that form expert in YouTube. Okay, extraordinary. Let me know somewhat more, and that is somewhat the thought, and is all you need to do. You have different choices, yet I wouldn't stress over it, and afterward you fundamentally need to save, proceed, and that will go into survey. Clearly you can make all the more promotion bunches, you can make more advertisements, and that is somewhat all you need to do. And afterward, once you do this, your promotion will show up above all that. It will show up over the recordings, it will show up over this substance, and you'll have the option to arrive at the clients a ton significantly quicker than you realize. These individuals, right? Since this is natural traffic, it's additionally a strategy, yet it's something else altogether. This way you can contact them quicker, and you can offer on watchwords and get significantly more cash flow. Okay folks, so this is all I needed to cover in this video. On the off chance that you partake in this video and you're looking to fundamentally go out and advance different offers, you can basically pick any proposition you maintain that there's lots of offers should elevate. You need to follow the very steps that I showed you, and it's that easy to advance. And as I showed you before, there are no promotions running, thus you can catch a ton of the traffic that is not being shown, that is not accessible in any case, right? Thus I extremely trust you Partook in this video. Let me in on your opinion on this video by leaving a remark, crushing the like button, and buying into this channel in the event that you haven't currently. That way you will be quite possibly the earliest individual to get new day-to-day recordings that are distributed each and every day about new lucrative strategies, better approaches for bringing in cash, and so on and so on. And furthermore, when you present a remark, you're consequently placed into the free giveaway, where I essentially give out the giveaway straight into your PayPal, represent taking